Hello everybody, and welcome back to another new and noteworthy mod review. Today we're going to take a look at Placeable sell points. This mod can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub, and since this mod uses custom scripts, this mod is available for PC only. So how many times have you been playing on a map and discovered that it just seems to be missing glaringly obvious sell points? Maybe the map has cows built into it, yet there's no place to sell milk. Seems like a major problem to me. What if you've got chicken coops built into the map, but no place to sell eggs? Again, seems like a major problem. Maybe you have other crops that are there on the map, but again, you don't have a place to sell them. Well, Placeable Sell Points has got you covered. So we're here on Ravenport, and we're going to kind of demonstrate this with putting in some new sell points around the map where maybe giants could have added them if they should choose, but for whatever reason, they didn't. So if you take a look here, we are at what basically is a dairy. Lots of folks have taken these buildings and made them into dairies on other sell points. Yet, there is no explicit dairy location on the map. Our milk and eggs are basically sold at the elevators, the ranch, and the restaurant, as well as most of our other crops. Well, go into Placeables, and we now have a new category called Sell Points. And in there, we have a barn, a dairy, a granary, windmill, hayloft, stables, cowshed, a market, dockyard, wholesalers, lumberyard, and ignore this one for now, because this is going to come up later in the video. This is a custom one I made with a template that is included with the mod. But basically, most of these, you can only have one named sell point called Wholesalers at any given location, and you can see that each sell point is going to accept a different combination of products. So specifically, the dairy, $0. So we can now put down a sell point here to sell milk and eggs. Now, typically, we don't have to own the land in order to put this sell point down. Put it down right here. Boom. Now, the visually astute of you may have noticed that the ground did slightly come up. So this does have the leveling function when you place this. So be very careful, because once this is put down, you cannot sell it. So you take a look here in our garage. The only thing we own is a cow pasture. Can't sell the placeable sell point that we just put down. Not leased. It's not owned. It just exists. So the only way of getting rid of this at this point would be to go in and edit the XML of your save game, and we're not going to go into details on how to do that in this particular video. So the gist is, save before you put it down. Put it down. If you don't like it, quit the game, launch it back up, and try again. Now, if we go to our prices screen, we now have a dairy, and it will accept milk and eggs. You can hotspot that. Oops, let's back up a little bit. Hotspot that also. And there we go. We got our green beam. Now, let's take a look at some of these other sell points. Barn. Again, we can only put one down per map. You see only one barn allowed per map. That won't work. Granary. Put a granary down. I'm going to put some of these up here on my flat area. Rotate these 360 degrees. We have our granary. Windmill. Hayloft. Map doesn't already have a hayloft. Stables. So let's just make our way over here to the horse stables. That is on Ravenport. And, well, put that down right here. Rotate this around. Very careful because, again, you can raise and lower the placement. Left control Q, left control E. But there is no undo. There we go. Now we've got a stables, house shed. Go over here to the animal dealer. And put one down. Can't see it. Raise it up. Again, let's hope that this doesn't deform the land much. All right. Go. Mark it. I'm going to come down here to someplace in town. Right here. Mark it in. Dockyard. And a wholesaler. Lumberyard. So who else has thought that, gee, it would be really nice if we could sell lumber over here. I mean, this building is often used as a lumber yard, lots of different locations. We can put multiple lumber yards down. You notice the icon trigger is lighting up there, so position your sell point wherever you want based on that. Go. And that is then basically all of the sell points that come with this particular mod. Show up on the PDA. Other than, for whatever reason, lumberyard, that wasn't showing up, but there we go. We've got our sell wood trigger. We have our markers and everything. So that is the Placeable Sell Points mod in a nutshell. Now, as I said a little bit earlier in the video, we do have the ability to make our own sell points, like I've done here with compost and compost tea. The gist is, make sure you have these additional crop types enabled on your map, or you try to place a sell point that accepts one of these custom fill types, or you will have issues. Go ahead and just put this down here. And now we have a sell point that will take compost and compost tea. Right here. Compost and compost tea. Scrolling over here, see that it is now listed as accepting. So what we're going to do now is break out of the game. I want to show you basically what the mod looks like as far as in 7-zip. I want to show you the template and basically what you need to do to build out your own custom sell point. So here I've got the mod opened up in 7-zip. We've got our basic file structure in here, and all of the specific sell points are listed here under items. Go in there. Again, this is the one that I made just a little bit ago. But we can see all of the cell points are registered in here. And then we have template.xml. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically bring that out to our desktop, and we're going to open that up in Notepad++ and take a look at the template.xml and what we basically need to do in order to make our own cell point. So with our template open now, we're going to see what kind of changes we need to make. So we need to go here to the name, and we need to give this template a name. We're going to call this Windrows, just for fun. And basically, we're going to change this, and we're going to make it so that it's going to accept all of the loose fill types. We're going to accept dry grass windrow, grass windrow. Let's copy those from this nice little listing. We're going to put them right here. We have grass windrow and dried grass windrow. We're also wanting to collect straw. Grab that one. Base straw. So now our fill types are going to be grass windrow, dry grass windrow, which is hay, and then straw. I also have other fill types for Maize Plus, common fill types used in Maize Plus. We also have the common fill types for Straw Harvest Add-on, and then other fill types that are available either base game or are common popular fill types for other mods. Scroll down. There's a few other changes we're going to need to make. We need to go down here to the selling station. We're going to need to give this a name. It's going to call this once again Windrow. And we're going to have to add fill types that this is going to accept. Since we're not adding any fill types, we're going to basically comment this out. The way that we comment this out is we do a greater than, exclamation point, 2 dashes. Then we come over here and we do 2 dashes and then a less than. And now it's commented out. We're going to look for our windrows that we want. We want grass windrow. So let's get rid of these comments. You know you did it right when it changes color. In Notepad++, get rid of these comments here. And straw. So now our cell point is going to support grass windrow, dry grass windrow, and straw. We can go in here and we can say, you know what? I want to make a little bit more money this cell point than whatever is going to be offered in base game. So I'm going to change the price scale to 2. And it supports great demand. Yes, I still want to support great demand. And do I want to disable the price drop? No, I do not. I want to drop in price if we sell more than 200,000 liters. I have also all these other fill types that are common around the base game, or Maize Plus, or Straw Harvest, or just other random fill types. Come down here to Hotspot, and we're going to name this Windrow. We're going to give it the file name of Windrow. And that is all we need to do with respect to the template. Come in here, we're going to go save as, and we're going to call this Windrow, because that's what we said the file name would be here. And we're going to save it. Now we need to go over to the moddesk.xml, and we need to scroll to the bottom. And in the bottom, we have our listing of store items. These are all the base mod placeable cell points. And then we have the new one that I made, compost and compost tea. This line didn't exist earlier. Yours is going to look like that. What we want to do is we want to take the bottom lumberyard. We're going to copy that. And we're going to basically paste it back in. And we're going to change the file name to windrow. Just like that. We're going to save this. And now we're going to go back to 7-zip. We're going to put these files back where they belong. And we're going to go into the base game, see if we have a new cell point. We need to drag mod desk into the root of the zip. You want to copy the files? Yes. We want to go to items. We want to copy windrow into our mod. Yes. Now it's showing up. Now what we need to do is go into the base game and see if we can now basically buy a new cell point named windrow, and it should accept grass, hay, and straw. Let's go ahead and get to our shop menu. We're going to go under the placeables and then the cell points category. And we have our barn, dairy, granary, windmill, hayloft, stables, cowshed, market, dockyard, wholesalers, lumberyard. Again, that is the full list of placeable cell points included in the mod. One we just made, now windrows. C takes grass, hay, and straw. Go ahead and just put that down. There we are. And now we check our prices screen. We have a windrow cell point that accepts grass, hay, and straw. And it accepts them at a higher price than the other hay, straw, and grass cell points on the map, because again, we modified that price scale. So guys, I hope you all enjoy the Placeable Cell Points mod and know now how you can make your own cell points if you're on a map that just doesn't have a cell point for a particular fill type that you want to use and you can't figure out how to make one. Well, come back to this video and walk through that last half of the video, and there you go. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the Placeable Cell Points mod? And until next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.